Our upcoming play for the summer is As You Like It. It will be going up on June 12th through the 20th. And auditions are March 9th, 10th, and 12th, so mark your calendars, please. Some special thanks before we get going for Katie Donovan and Linda Tolman for helping us with costumes, Pete Lounsbury for the program, and who is filming our show today. It will be up on the Arden Shakespeare YouTube channel in just a few days. Laura Wallace and families for helping with refreshments. Faith Whittington on the lights. Let's hear it for Elaine Hickey. Door and donations, and she also has membership in the Arden Gild, if you would, or the Shakespeare Guild Arden Club, if you are so interested. All of my directors I thank very much from the bottom of my heart. You gave up chunks of your Saturdays to do this, and to the parents for letting us have your children for so long. Okay, our first scene is directed by Valerie Hutchinson, who is familiar to all of us as Lady M, Titania, and many others. I'm proud to announce our first scene, Valerie.
Thanks, Mary Catherine. Hi. Scholars over the centuries have spent countless hours writing about and discussing and interpreting Shakespeare's many plays and, of course, monologues. And one of the beauties of the Young Actors Workshop, I can't believe this is number 22, is that even young scholars get an opportunity to interpret under the tutelage, of course, of their very dedicated and talented directors. Well, today you are going to hear Charlotte Curley's interpretation of Hamlet's iconic speech to the players in her own very, very special way. Charlotte Curley.
Speak the speech, I pray you, as I pronounced it to you, trippingly on the tongue. But if you mouth it, as many of your players do, I had as leave the town crier spoke my lines. Nor do not saw the air with your hand too much, thus, but use all gently, for in the very torrent tempest, and as I may say, whirlwind of passion, you must acquire and beget a temperance that may give it a smoothness. Oh, it offends me to the soul to see a robustious, periwig, pated fellow tear passion to very tatters, to very rags, to split the ears of their groundlings, who, for the most part, are capable of nothing but inexplicable dumb shows and noise. I would have such a fellow whipped for doing such termagant. El Herod, Herod, I pray you, avoid it. Be not too tame either, but let your own discretion be your tutor. To the action, to the word to the action, with the special observance of your war step, not in the modesty of nature. For anything so overdone is from the purpose of playing, whose end, both at the first and now, was and is to hold, as 'twere a mirror up to nature, to show virtue, her own feature, scorn her own image, and at the very age and body of time, his form and pressure. Now this overdone, or cum tardio, though it make the unskillful laugh, cannot but make the judicious grieve, the censure of which one must, and your allowance, or weigh a whole theater of others. Oh, there be players that I have seen play and heard others praise, and that highly, not to have the accents of Christians, nor the gait of Christian, pagan, nor man has so strutted and bellowed that I have thought some of nature's journeymen. They had made men and not made them well. They imitated humanity so abominably. Oh, reform it altogether, and let those that play your clowns speak no more than is set down for them. For there be of them that will themselves laugh, to set on some quantity for barren spectators to laugh too. Though, in the meantime, some necessary question of the play is to then be considered. That's villainous and shows the most pitiful ambition in the fool that used it. Go!
Bye!
A little bit of a traffic jam back there. Our next scene is directed by Ken Wilson and Erin Lee. Erin has been acting since she was 4, or so I'm told. And she has also been a stage manager and director. Ken has been seen on in a lot of our shows. My personal favorite is Oswald in King Lear. Both of them are too chicken to come out here and speak to you, but Jacob Politis has the guts. Jacob.
The good Duke Sr. has lost his throne to his conniving brother, Duke Frederick, and has fled to the forest of Arden, where he lives like Robin Hood with a band of loyal followers. Duke Frederick allows Senior's daughter, Rosalind, to remain at the court because of her great friendship with his own daughter, Celia. Meanwhile, Sir Roland has died. His estate passes to his eldest son, Oliver, who was instructed by his father to take care of his youngest son, Orlando. Out of pure spite, Oliver refuses to do so and convinces the court wrestler, Charlotte, that Orlando is a dishonorable person and that Charlotte should defeat him in a match. Charlotte reluctantly agrees. So now we meet Rosalind and Celia, Touchstone, the court jester, and LeBeau, an advisor to Duke Frederick. At the court of Duke Frederick, where they discuss life, love, knavery, and the sport of wrestling.
I pray thee, Rosalind, sweet my coz, be merry. Dear Celia, I show more mirth than I am mistress of, and would you yet I were merrier? Unless you could teach me to forget my banished father, you must not learn me how to remember any extraordinary pleasure.
Herein, I see thou lovest me not with the full weight that I love thee. If my uncle, thy banished father, had banished thy uncle, the Duke Frederick, my father, so thou hast been still with me, I could have loved your father as my own.
Well, I will forget the difficulties of my situation to rejoice in yours.
You know my father hath no heir but I, nor none is like to have, and truly, when he dies, thou shalt be his heir. For what he hath taken away from thy father perforce, I will render thee again in affection. Therefore, my sweet Rose, my dear Rose, be merry.
From henceforth I will, coz, and devise sports. Let me see. What think you of falling in love?
Mary, I prithee, to have a good laugh, but don't fall in love for real, and don't take the game too far.
Mistress, you must come and wait to your father.
Were you made the messenger?
No, by mine honor. But I was bid to come for you.
Where learned you that oath, by mine honor, fool?
Of a certain knight who swore by his honor that they were good pancakes, and the mustard was not. But I'll stand to it, the pancakes were not, and the mustard was good, even though the knight was not lying.
How prove you that, in the great heaps of your knowledge?
Aye, Mary, now unmuzzle your wisdom.
Stand you both forth now. Stroke your chins. And swear by your beards that I am a knave.
By our beards, if we had them, thou art a knave.
By my knavery, if I had it, then I were. But if you swear to it that it is not, then you are not sworn. No more was this knight swearing by his honor. For if he had any, then he had sworn away before he ever saw those pancakes or mustard.
Prithee, who is this knight?
That old Frederick who father loves.
My father's love is enough to honor him. Enough. Speak no more of him. You'll be whipped for slander one of these days.
The more the pity that fools may not speak wisely, but what wise men do foolishly.
By my troth, thou sayest true. For since the little wit that fools have was silence, the little foolery that wise men have makes a great show. Ah, here
comes Monsieur Lebel, with his mouth full of news, which he will feed us as pigeons feed their young.
And we shall be news crammed.
All the better. We shall be the more marketable. Bonjour, Monsieur Lebel. What's the news?
Fair princess, you were missing some sport.
Sport? Of what kind?
Of what kind, madam? How shall I answer you?
As wit and fortune will.
Or as the destinies decree?
Well said. That was laid on with a trowel.
Nay, if I might not keep my rate.
Thou losest thy old smell.
You amaze me, ladies, for I would have told you of good wrestling, which you are missing.
You tell us the manner of the wrestling.
I will tell you the beginning, and if it please your ladyships, you may see the end, for the best is yet to do.
Well, the beginning. That is dead and buried.
There comes an old man and his 3 sons.
I could match this beginning with an old tale.
3 proper young men of excellent growth and presence.
With bills on their necks, be it known unto all men by these presents.
The eldest of the 3 wrestled with Charlotte, the Duke's sister. Charlotte broke 3 of his ribs, and there was little hope of life left in him. So we wrestled the second, and so the third. Yonder they lie, the poor old man and their father, making such pitiful cries over them that all the beholders take part in his weeping.
Alas!
But what is this sport, monsieur, that the ladies are missing? Why, this that I speak of. I provide her every day, and this is the first time I've ever heard breaking of ribs was a sport for ladies.
But is there any else longs to see the breath wheezing out of broken ribs? Is there yet another dotes upon rib breaking? Shall we see this wrestling, cousin?
You must if you stay here, for here's the place appointed for the wrestling, and they are ready to perform it.
Yonder. They're coming. Must now stay and see it.
Come, since the youth will not be reasoned with, his own pearl on his stubbornness.
Is yonder the man?
Even he better.
Alas, he is too young, yet he looks capable.
How now, daughter and cousin? Are you crept hither to see the wrestling?
Aye, my liege, so please you give us leave.
You will take little delight in it, I can tell you. There's such odds in my wrestler. In pity of the challenger's youth, I tried to dissuade him, but he will not be reasoned with. Speak to him, ladies. See if you can move him.
Call him hither, good Monsieur Lebel.
Do so. I'll not be gone.
Monsieur, the challenger, the princess has called for you.
I attend to them with all respect and duty.
Young man, have you challenged Charlotte the wrestler?
No, fair princess, she is the general challenger. I come in, but as others do, to try to fight her with the strength of my youth.
Young gentlemen, your spirits are too bold for your years. You've seen cruel proof of this woman's strength. We pray you, for your own sake, to embrace your own safety and give over this attempt.
Do, young sir, your reputation shall not suffer. We will argue with the Duke that the wrestling should not go forward.
Punish me not with your hard thoughts, wherein I confess me much guilty to deny such fair and excellent ladies anything. But let your fair eyes and gentle wishes go with me to my trial. I shall do my friends no wrong, for I have none to lament me. The world no injury, for in it I have nothing. Only in the world do I fill up a place, which may be better supplied when I have made it empty.
The little strength that I have, I would give to you.
And mine, to join hers.
Fare you well. Pray heaven I'm wrong about your chances.
Your heart's desires be with you.
Come, where is this young gallant that is so desirous to lie with his mother earth?
Ready, madam, but I have more modest ambitions.
You shall try, but one round.
No, you shall not entreat him to a second, even though you so mightily persuaded him from the first.
And you mean to mock me after we wrestled? You should have not mocked me before. But come your ways.
Now Hercules, be thy speed, young man.
I would I were invisible to catch the strong fellow by the leg.
Oh, excellent young man.
If I could shoot thunderbolts from my eyes, I could shoot out.
No more! No more!
Yes, I beseech your grace. I am barely out of breath.
How dost thou, Charlotte?
She cannot speak, my lord.
Bear her away. What is thy name, young man?
Orlando, my liege, youngest son of Sir Roland.
He was
proud to be Sir Roland's son, his youngest. It would not change that calling, even to be named heir to Frederick.
My father loved Sir Roland as his soul, and all the world was of my father's mind. Gentle cousin, let us go thank him and encourage him. My father's rough and envious nature sticks me at heart. Sir, you are well deserved. Gentlemen, wear this for me, one out of suits with fortune, that could give more, but that our hands lack the means. Shall we go, cousin? Aye, fare you well, fair gentlemen.
Can I not say thank you? My better parts are all thrown down, and that which stands up here is but a dummy, a mere lifeless block.
He calls us back. My pride fell with my fortunes. I'll ask him what he would. Did you call, sir? Sir, you have wrestled well and overthrown more than your enemies. Let's go, cousin. Have with you. Fare you well.
What passion hangs these weights upon my tongue? Oh, poor Orlando, thou art overthrown! Or Charles, or something weaker, Master C.
Good sir, I do in good friendship counsel you to leave this place. Albeit, you have deserved high accommodation, true love, and applause. But yet such is now the Duke's condition that he misunderstands all that you have done. The Duke is temperamental. We should go.
I thank you, sir, and pray you tell me this. Which of the two was the daughter of the Duke that was here at the wrestling?
Well, neither, if we judge by manners. But yet, indeed, Celia is his daughter. The other is his daughter to the banished Duke, kept here by her usurping uncle to keep his daughter company. Sir, fare you well. Hereafter, in a better world than this, I shall desire more love and knowledge of you.
Fare you well, sir, and thank you.
That was amazing. Our next scene is directed by Jessica Jordan. If any of you remember, Jessica at age 16 played the role of hero in Much Ado About Nothing, came back a year or two later and played the role of Portia in Merchant of Venice. And later went to college, went off and came back and was Titania in our last production of Midsummer Night's Dream. So without any further ado, I'll let Jessica introduce her scene. Jessica!
I'm here. Hello.
There you are.
Hi. Hi, everybody. How are you today? So thank you so very much for coming. I just want to introduce our scenes. So we're doing Merchant of Venice, Act 1, Scene 2. For those of you who are not aware, this is Portia and Nerissa, who are two pretty good friends. And what's happened is that Portia's father has passed away, and in an attempt to try to provide for her the best opportunity for love, he has created a bit of a puzzle for the man she'll eventually fall in love with. So in this moment, I give you Portia and Nerissa and a father's will. Thank you.
By my troth, Nerissa, my little body is weary of this great world.
You would be, sweet madam, if your misters were in the same abundance as your good fortunes are. And yet, for aught I see, they are sick that search it with too much as they that starve with nothing. It is no mean happiness, therefore, to be seated in the meat, Superfluity comes sooner by white hairs, but competency lives longer.
Good sentences and well pronounced.
They would be better if well followed.
You think it's that easy? To do or as easy as to know what we're good to do? Chapels had been churches and poor men's cottages, princes' palaces. It is a good divine that follows his own instructions. I can easier teach 20 what we're good to be done than be one of the 20 to follow my own teaching. But this reasoning is not in the fashion to choose me a husband. Oh me, the word choose. I may neither choose whom I would, nor refuse whom I dislike. So is the will of a living daughter curbed by the will of a dead father. Is it not hard, Nerissa, that I cannot choose one nor refuse none?
Well, your father was ever virtuous, and holy men at their deaths have good inspirations. Therefore the lottery that he hath devised is 3 chests of gold, silver, and lead, whereof who chooses his meaning chooses you, will no doubt never be chosen by any but one who shall rightly love. But what warmth is there in your affection towards any of these princely suitors that are already come?
I pray thee, overname, and as thou namest them, I will describe them, and according to my description, level up my affection.
First, there is the Neapolitan prince.
Aye, that's a quote indeed, for he doth nothing but talk of his horse, and he makes it a great appropriation to his own good parts that he can shew them himself. I'm much afeard my lady his mother played false with a smith.
Then there is the County Polity.
He does nothing but frown, as who should say, if you will not have me, choose. He hears merry tales and smiles not. I fear he will prove the weeping philosopher when he grows old, being so full of unmannerly sadness in his youth. I had rather marry a death's head with a bone in his mouth than I would. God defend me from those two.
What say you, then? By the French lord, Monsieur Le Bon.
God made him, and therefore let him pass for a man? In truth, I know it's a sin to be a mocker, but why he hath a horse better than the Neapolitans, a better bad habit of frowning than the Count Palatine. He is every man in no man. I should marry him, I should marry 20 husbands.
What say you then to Falconbridge, the young Baron of England?
You know I say nothing to him, for he understands not me, nor I him. He hath neither Latin, French, nor Italian, and you'll come into the court and swear that I have a poor pennyworth in the English.
How like you the young German Duke of Saxony's nephew?
Very vilely in the morning when he's sober, and most vilely in the afternoon when he's drunk. At his best, he's a little worse than a man. At his worst, he's a little better than a beast. The worst fall that ever fell. I hope I shall make shift to go without him.
If you should offer to choose and choose the right casket, you should refuse to perform your father's will, if you should refuse to accept it.
Therefore, for fear of the worst, I pray thee, set a deep glass of Rhenish wine on the contrary casket. For if the devil be within and that temptation without, I know he will choose it. I'll do anything, Nerissa. I'll be married to a sponge.
You need not fear, lady, the having of any of these lords, for they have acquainted me with their determinations, which is, indeed, to go home and trouble you with no more suit, unless he may be won by some other sort than your father's imposition depending on the caskets.
If I live to be as old as Sibylla, I will die as chaste as Diana, unless I be obtained by the manner of my father's will. I'm glad this parcel of wooers has been so reasonable, for there is not one among them but I dote on his very absence, and I pray God grant him a fair departure.
Do you not remember, lady, in your father's time, a Venetian, a scholar, a soldier that came hither in the company of the Marquis of Montferrat?
Yes, it was Sanio, as I think he was so called.
True, madam, he of all men that ever my foolish eyes looked upon was the best deserving of a fair lady.
I remember him well, and I remember him worthy of thy praise. How now, what news?
The four strangers seek for you, madam, to take their leave, and there is a forerunner come from the fifth, the Prince of Morocco, who brings word the prince's master will be here tonight.
If I could bid the fifth welcome with so good a heart as I could bid the other four farewell, I should be glad of his approach. Come, Nerissa, Well, as we shut the gates upon one more, another knocks on the door.
Okay, I'll stay out of the way here.
I'll show you a fun trick. Ready?
Our next scene is directed by Henry Moncure and Melanie Murray. Last scene as the friar and nurse in last summer's Romeo and Juliet, and fabulous they were. Henry has been seen in a lot of shows here. I have to write some of my favorite roles down. Agamemnon, Roderigo from Merchant of Venice, Dogberry from Much Ado, Clarence from Richard III. My favorite, Sir Andrew Aguecheek from Twelfth Night. And he has been with the Young Actors Workshop since the very beginning, so this is probably his 22nd year as well. So, Henry?
Yes, just adjusting the statuary. So 22 years ago, my daughter was 9 and my son was 6. And they were in the first Young Actors Workshop. So to celebrate that, this year I decided to work with 6 and 9-year-olds. And it has been a reminder of how 22 years has passed. They have been a wonderful group. I am wearing this suit because I really want to show the respect that they have earned through all of their hard efforts. They have worked very hard, and it's humbling when, as you're trying to run the lines with them, the 6-year-olds are correcting your memory of what the lines were. But without too much ado, we are doing the gulling scene from Much Ado About Nothing. It's a wonderful word, gulling, but we don't use it to have that meaning anymore, which is just to say to lure someone in to be tricked. Often I find my characters have been gulled in the plays, and other times they die. That seems to be the 2 roles I can play. Somebody who's easily fooled or looks good on stage dead. At any rate, our actors are, and I'm terrible with names, so I had to write them down. Will Hayfinger, Rowan Hoxjo, David Corrado, Isaac Bober, Melanie Murray is my assistant director, and again, Much Ado About Nothing, the gulling scene.
I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies in others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a man is Claudio. I have known when there was no music with him but the drum and the fife, but now had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe. I have known when he would walk 10 miles afoot to see good armor, and now he lie 10 nights awake carving the fashion of a new doublet. He was wont to speak plain and to the purpose, like an honest man and a soldier. And now is he turned orthography? His words are a very fantastical banquet, just so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell. I think not. I will not be sworn. But love may transform me to an oyster, but I'll take my oath on it till he have made an oyster of me. He shall never make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another is virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come in my grace. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never achieve in her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, or come not near me. Noble, for I not an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician. And her hair shall be of what color pleases God. Ha! The prince and Monsieur love. I'll have him in the arbor.
How still the evening is. See what Benedict had hid himself?
Oh, very well, my lord.
Come hither, Leonardo. What was it you told me of today that your niece Beatrice was in love with Signor Benedict? Oh, I stuck on the fellow since. I never thought that lady would love any man.
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedict. whom she hath in all outward behavior seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? Sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but that she loves him with an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Maybe she does, but counterfeit.
Oh, God, counterfeit! There was never counterfeit of passion. Keeps only in a life of passion as she discovers it.
Why, what effects of passion shows she? They took well the special bite.
What affects my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how.
She did indeed. How pray you? You amaze me. I have not thought her spirit had been invincible against those sorts of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedict.
I should think this is a go, but that the old fellow speaks it. Knavery cannot sure hide himself in such reverence.
He has taken the affection. Hold it up. Has she made her affection known to Benedict?
No, and swear she never will. That's her torment.
Down on her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, praises, curses. Oh, sweet Benedict, God, give me patience.
She doth indeed. My daughter says so, and the ecstasy hath much overborne her that my daughter is sometime afraid that she will do it as an outrage to herself. 'Tis very true.
It were good that Benedict knew of it.
To what end? You would make a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
Ah!
She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she's exceedingly wise.
In everything but in loving Benedict, I pray you tell Benedict of it.
For good, think you?
Here thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not. And she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he woo her. If she should make tender her love, 'tis very possible we scorn it for the man, as you know all hath to a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man, and in my mind very wise.
He does indeed circumspect said alike wit, more play for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedict? I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy so good a lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready. If he do not dote upon this, I will never trust my expectations again.
Let us send her to call him into dinner.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me? Why, it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she would rather die than show any signs of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that their detractions can put them to mending. They say the lady's fair. 'Tis the truth. I can bear them witness. And virtuous, 'tis so. I cannot reprove it. And wise, but for loving me, by my troth, there is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be horribly in love with her. I may chance have some quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage. But doth not the appetite alter? A man loves a meat in his youth that he cannot endure his age. Shall quips and sentences and paper bullets of the brain all man from the career of humor? No, the world must be peopled. When I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Here comes Beatrice by this day. She's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
sadly, is directed by Mary Catherine Kelley. She has asked me to introduce her, as usual, as a shining star in the Arden firmament. But to be honest, she's a bit full of herself. Yeah. Sometimes irascible, a little bossy. Yeah. She's been directing here for 25 years, and this summer will be directing As You Like It, the quintessential Arden play. She can't wait to sink her teeth into that play and to any actor who gets in her way. Okay, Mary Catherine, who will introduce her scene. Ladies? A little bit about our scene ahead of time. Hi, everybody. Hello. Good to see you all. The Countess Olivia, played beautifully by Melinda Haflinger, has lost her father and her brother recently and is alone in the world and determined to grieve for 7 years, veiling her face in public and receiving no suitors. Quite honestly, she's beginning to regret the 7-year bit. Over here is Viola, a shipwreck survivor and also alone in the world. She has disguised herself as a young man and is working as a companion to Count Orsino, who is one of Olivia's wannabe lovers. She is secretly, silently, and desperately in love with Orsino. Mariah, played by Danielle Haflinger, is a companion, a chaperone, and a bit of a prude. We've given her a few lines from Malvolio because she needs them. Her performance will be marvelous. Actors, places.
There is at the gate a young gentleman much desirous to speak with you. From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madame. 'Tis a fair young man and well attended. Madame, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you're sick. He takes it upon himself to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep, but he seems to have foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said to him, lady? He's fortified against any denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so. And he says he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post and be the supporter to a bench. But he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Of mankind.
What manner of man?
A very ill man. He will speak with you. Will you or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis a peace god, or a cooling when 'tis almost an apple, just with him in standing water between a boy and a man. He's very well favored and speaks very shrewishly. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Give me my veil. Come. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
the honorable lady of the house. Which is she?
Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, and I have taken great pains to con it. Oh, good beauties, let me sustain no scorn. I am very comfortable even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart, and yet by the very fangs of malice I swear, I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain, if you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to preserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and 'tis poetical.
It is more likely to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I heard you were saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather to wonder you than to hear you. If you not be mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue. Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way.
No, good swabber, I'm here to hull a little longer. Some mollification for your giant. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Oh, sure. You have some hideous matter to deliver, when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as full of peace as matter.
Yet you begin rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared to me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead to your ears, divinity to any others, profanation.
Give us this place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady, your
a comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
Well, in Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the very first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text. But we will draw the curtain and show you the picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Is't not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir, 'twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty, truly blent, whose nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Oh, lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will leave these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried. As item, 2 lips, indifferent red, 2 gray eyes with lids to them, 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
Oh, with adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind, but I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, and in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension in the shape of nature, a gracious person. And yet, I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you in my master's flame, with such a life, such a deadly suffering, I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love and sing them loud, even in the dead of night. Halloo your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, yet my state as well. I am a gentle man.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more. Unless, perchance, you come to me again to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I'm no feed post lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart of flint, that you shall love, and let your fervor be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What is your parentage? Above my fortunes, yet my state as well. I am a gentleman. I'll be sworn thou art. Thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions and spirit, to give thee fivefold blazon, not too fast. Soft, soft. Unless the master were the man, how now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague. Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be.
Up, please, and directors. Ladies and gentlemen, the cast of 2020 Young Actors Workshop.